Hello, Gonna Gary here in this video. I know you can't see me too well here. I've got to change some things around on my lighting. But anyhow, we've heard about the birds dying all over the country, all over the world. We've heard about the fish dying. That's right. I'm sure you all heard about that, okay? You know, Dwayne and I were talking about this, and we did a little bit of looking, and we could find that this went clear back to 2006. What caught my attention was it seems to be January of every single year from 2006 clear up to now, 2011. In January, we had birds dropping from the sky, okay? Did you notice the title of the video, okay? So I've got a couple of things to show you. Now remember, this is speculation, but I want to point this out, and I want you to look at this, and then, of course, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so what'd you see there? Now, I have yet to see any people dropping dead the way they suggested here. I mean, if people dropping dead the way they suggested here globally, I think we would know about that. Okay? But I wanted to show you that because with what I know is getting ready to come our way, because we're ignorant, because we choose not to look at what's going on around us. That's right. And because we choose to treat each other like dirt, okay? That's no lie. And because we allow criminals to run us, because we allow history to repeat itself over and over again, okay? And I know that's off topic of this video, but it's not off topic of this video, but because of them things right there in history repeating itself, that stack of fish you're about to see here, which I'm about to show you, this will probably be us humans, okay? Okay? Yes. So I want you to think about the concentration camps. I want you to think about how we're treating each other, okay? And when you get to see the fish that are dead here, just remember, if we keep going the way we're going, there'll be human bodies too. Just like that, okay? But there's two reports I want to show you here because there's something here to this, but watch this, okay? And I'll be right back with you.
Well, it was an unusual sight yesterday that caught the attention of a group of beachgoers at the Padre Island National Seashore. Something in the sky that kind of looked like a missile, and yes, there is cell phone video of it. Our Bill Churchwell spent some time studying that video today. Bill?
It's a pretty good video. It happened around Sunday at 3 in the afternoon in broad daylight. The skies were clear until something unusual took flight.
We just noticed it about 4 feet over. Look how fast it's going.
What was that thing shooting straight into the sky on Sunday? The images captured on this iPhone are nothing short of a mystery.
We saw the plume come up over the dunes, and it was coming straight up, and we couldn't tell if it was like California or McAllen or how far away it was, but it was just coming straight up.
The video was shot by Pete Ross and his friends who were enjoying a day on the Padre Island National Seashore before something else caught their attention.
That's straight up. I know we've been watching it from way back there. I didn't believe him. Where would it be shot off from?
No way it was fireworks and too fast for a plane, Ross says. But instead, he's comparing it to...
I don't think it was a UFO. I think it was something like a missile launch or a supersonic spy plane or something. You never know these days.
Take a look at this video taken back in November by a California TV station, which captured a similar image showing what looks like a missile launch off the coast. The sighting made national attention. However, some believe it was nothing more than contrail from a passing jetliner. Is that what this could be in this case?
That's something weird. I don't even know if it's military, is it?
A call to NAS Corpus Christi turned up nothing. Officials there telling us it didn't come from the base.
It was very, very high, so it wasn't like a drone or any of those things that we have patrolling the coasts.
And he's right. According to Customs and Border Protection, there were no unmanned aerial vehicles flying at 3 p.m. on Sunday. But then we called John Gagne from NAS Kingsville, who told 3 News he saw it with his own eyes, but had no idea what it could be. None of the base's aircrafts took flight this weekend. For now, the missile mystery remains just that. Bill Churchwell, 3 News.
Whatever you think.
She came around a small patch of trees and onto the sand for her usual walk along the beach, and that's when Dorothy Hobson came upon it, a huge swath of dead fish.
So what's going through your mind when you see all these fish?
I was shocked, and I was thinking, what's going on? Is this a natural thing because I'm only here 7 years, or is there something seriously wrong?
Hobson then grabbed some camera equipment and started taking stills and video. She captured reams of dead fish rolling on shore and piling up just yards from her home on Kent Island, Maryland, along the Chesapeake Bay. Wildlife officials say roughly 2 million of one particular species died very suddenly.
It's 99.99% spot, which is a drum species.
Charlie Pukish of the Maryland Department of the Environment says the investigation is ongoing, but they believe this was caused by one traumatic event called cold stress.
You're looking at what wildlife experts call the juveniles of the species, the babies. They say that this time of year in this area, spot fish migrate out of the Chesapeake Bay into the Atlantic Ocean further south to get into warmer water. These babies didn't make it and got caught in a sudden drop in temperature.
Officials say water temperatures in the bay were measured at their coldest levels in 25 years. But this came at about the same time that thousands of birds died suddenly in Arkansas and Louisiana, and millions of fish were killed in separate incidents from Arkansas to South America to the South Pacific.
You've got millions of dead fish washing up in Arkansas, in Brazil, New Zealand, Britain, now Maryland. People are wondering, is there some kind of catastrophic event going on?
I don't think so. The sky's not falling. This is really, something that we see from time to time in Chesapeake Bay. And as a matter of fact, we've had 2 incidents occur in history. Actually, in 1976, we had over 15 million spot die under the same circumstances. I think it's related to timing of the cold and actually the population density as well. How many young of the year are really left over and don't have the inclination to migrate as quickly as some of the adults would to get out into the warmer water.
What officials are worried about now is the effect of this fish kill on larger populations. They say these spot fish feed larger fish like striped bass. That's a very popular fish for catching and eating in this region. So wildlife officials are going to be monitoring those populations as well. Brian Todd, CNN, Kent Island, Maryland.
So what'd you think there? The rocket. What'd you think about that? And of course, you noticed how everybody around, your military and all, said that there was nothing in the skies on them days. Nothing was flying. But, what he saw with his own eyes was probably just a conspiracy theory. That's right. That's right. Oh, that's right. He was a nut because he saw something the rest of you didn't see. Isn't that right? But yet, if you turned around, all you people called him a nut that said that he didn't see it because you wasn't there, because you're opening your big mouth and sticking your size 25 foot in your mouth, okay? Well, to you people like that, when you see something and you go to tell somebody, they just need to treat you the same way you're treating them. That's all. They just not need to believe you, that's all. Because, see, the thing about it is, I know pretty much in my heart, this person who says he's seen it with his own eyes in that report, seen it with his own eyes. And when they all said that no, there was nothing in the skies, one of them people knew they were a bold-faced fucking liar because they were covering something up. That's right. Isn't that how your government does it? They don't tell you the truth. That's right. Isn't that what the bankers do? The global elite? The Rothschilds? The family who stole everything they got and killed and stole to get it, and people didn't prosecute them and let them do it. And that's why they run your fucking monetary system now, the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. It's because we sat back and allowed them to kill innocent people. That's right. And rob innocent people of their wealth so that they can have the wealth for themselves. Because that's how criminals work. And then we allow these same criminals to run our governments. And we allow our puppet governments to be controlled by these same criminals controlling the monetary system. But the missile going up there in the air, and nobody seems to know about it. And coincidentally, from January of 2006, only in January, to January of 2007, to January of 2008, to January of 2009, to January of 2010, and to January that we're in now, 2011, we have birds dying up the ass, dropping out of the sky, okay? I know you've all seen the reports, all the television set. Now, I can't say that this missile has something to do with it, okay? But I also can't say that it don't, now can I? I can't rule it out. So, but I wanted to point that out to you. I wanted to show you that, okay? I wanted you to see that with your own eyes, and I want you to give it some thought. Because from what I'm seeing, the person who shot the video of this missile, well, this video was shot by this guy around the same time that the birds started dropping out of the sky. So maybe in different spots of the world, they've shot off missiles and put something up in the atmosphere. Or maybe they'd use HAARP. That's right. So that way they can make it look like biblical times that the Bible says. Because they could use HAARP and they could launch missiles and they could put something up there that they know is going to kill the birds, and they could do it globally. Because they have HAARP set up in more than one spot so they can monitor and control the weather globally pretty much and do whatever they want. And I'm sure that the person who caught this video of the missile on that day that missile was launched, there was probably a bunch of missiles launched all over the globe. Now, I guarantee there were probably missiles that were way out away from population because they wasn't counting on anybody seeing it. And this guy just happened to be where they could see one of them going, and so, of course, they're going to deny it and say nothing was in the skies that day. Of course! Of course they would. But I wanted to show you the links. Okay, I've got links underneath this video and the more. Check them out. Go do some research yourself. If you don't believe what I'm saying, you'll see what I'm saying about January of 2006 up. At the same time, think about that missile. And think about what's happening. I think what we have is our global elite once again fucking with us. Okay, that's my personal opinion, as our global elite is once again fucking with us and responsible for what you're seeing going on here. But anyhow, leave your comments and opinions. Let me know what you think. For the next video, you'll have a good one.